Did I scare you? Then hit like and subscribe. Now let's begin.
They don't all appear at once. Some only show up for a moment. Try to count them if you don't blink. I was used to wandering through villages at night. Empty streets, quiet homes, the familiar creak of wooden fences. But this night felt different. I didn't notice it at first. Everything looked normal. Paths lined with cobblestone, fences intact, houses silent. The torches flickered lightly. No mobs in sight, no villagers. I stepped onto the main path and let the rhythm of my footsteps guide me. At first, I told myself it was nothing. I had walked at night countless times. Villages are predictable, safe. But there was something off. A feeling that I wasn't alone, not with monsters or mobs, something else, watching. I passed the first house. The door was closed, the windows dark, nothing unusual. I passed the second house, still nothing. And then I noticed movement, not from inside the houses, not a player or mob. Something at the edge of my vision, a shadow shifting between two fences, gone when I looked directly. I told myself it was just the lighting, the way the torchlight swayed across the walls, but the feeling didn't leave. I walked on, step by step, past the well at the center of the village, the sound of water dripping somewhere nearby, slow, inconsistent, almost deliberate. I stopped, listened, nothing. Then I heard it, a step, soft, behind me. I froze, nothing. Then another step, closer. I spun around. Empty path, no mobs, no players, nothing. Yet I felt it, eyes on me. I started walking again, faster, not running. Running would draw attention. The steps followed, not matching my pace, independent. Every time I slowed down, they slowed. Every time I sped up, they sped up. I realized it. Someone was mirroring me. I passed a house with a slightly open door. I peeked inside, empty, but there was a chair knocked over. I hadn't seen that before. A small detail, tiny, almost meaningless, but it was enough to make my stomach tighten. I stepped out and looked down the street. Nothing, yet the feeling persisted. I quickened my pace, turned corners, checked alleys. No one visible, no mobs, no shadows, but the steps, the breathing I imagined, they never left. I reached the far end of the village, the edge where the houses thinned. I stopped. No path ahead, just darkness. I turned back, and then I saw it. A figure at the far end of the main path, standing still, watching. No movement, no sound, not running, not attacking, just standing, watching. I froze. It was humanoid, roughly my size. No skin, no visible features, just a solid outline. It could have been a glitch, a texture error, but it wasn't. It moved slightly as I blinked. Small adjustments, still keeping distance. I tried to convince myself it's a player, someone else in the server. But there was no chat, no sound of activity. In the way it moved, it wasn't random. It was calculated. I walked again, careful, not too fast, not too slow. The figure remained in place, far away. Every time I glanced back, it was always there, just out of reach. The entire village suddenly felt like a cage, wide open, empty, yet constraining. I passed the same house I had seen earlier. The chair was now upright. I swear it moved while I wasn't looking. Another small detail, almost nothing, but enough to make my skin crawl. I kept walking. The sense of being watched never left. It grew heavier with each step. I tried looking for logical explanations. Maybe a mod, maybe a server glitch, maybe someone trolling. None of it fit. I passed the well again. The water reflected my character perfectly. I leaned closer, peering in, and then I noticed something in the reflection. A movement at the edge, something standing behind me in the water. I spun around. Nothing. I decided not to look back anymore. Every glance only confirmed the fear. I walked faster. The steps behind me didn't speed up. They didn't slow down. They simply followed. I realized the figure wasn't running. It wasn't chasing. It was patrolling. I approached a house at the edge of the village. The door was slightly ajar. I stepped inside. Empty. No furniture moved. No sound. But the feeling of being observed grew stronger. I could sense it through walls, through the floors. It was everywhere. I left the house quickly. The figure remained, still standing, watching. I walked the streets, turning corners. The village looked the same. Nothing had changed, yet I could feel it. The figure adjusted with me. I tried to run. The village seemed to stretch endlessly. Every street turned into another. Every house repeated itself. No exit, no way out. I stopped at the center, under the bell. I looked around. The figure was nowhere. I let out a shaky breath. Maybe it had left. Maybe I had imagined it. And then I heard it again. Steps. Not behind me, not in front, all around, circling. The air felt tighter, the shadows deeper. I realized the truth. The village wasn't haunted. There were no ghosts, no magic. The horror was human. Someone or something was watching, learning, mimicking, waiting for a moment of weakness. Every house, every corner, every empty space was a trap for my perception. Every detail mattered. I tried to make it logical. Maybe it was a player using cheats. Maybe it was a mod tracking me. I didn't care anymore. What mattered was I was not safe. I passed the same house again. The chair was knocked over once more. Small, meaningless, yet it screamed control. The figure was still following, just standing there, invisible in plain sight. I ran, faster this time. I didn't care about quiet steps. I didn't care about control. Every street, every corner, every house repeated endlessly. The village had no edges, no escape. I stopped, heart pounding, breathing heavy. The figure was nowhere, but I knew it was there. It always had been. I realized what had been happening all along. It didn't matter if I saw it. It didn't matter if I ran. It didn't matter if I hid. It was patient. It waited. It watched. It memorized every movement until the moment I made a mistake. And then it would move. Step by step, corner by corner, house by house, closer than I thought, quicker than I expected. I tried to leave. The streets repeated endlessly. The horizon stretched impossibly. I stopped. No way out. The figure didn't move, but I could feel it in every shadow, every fence, every torch, every window. I realized I would never leave. Not until I understood the rules. Not until it decided I could. And that moment might never come. I walked again, carefully, every step measured, every corner anticipated. The figure mirrored me, always, never leaving. I didn't run anymore. I didn't glance back. I only walked, and I knew one thing for certain. The village wasn't haunted. It was observed, and I was the subject.
Did you see them all? Not all of them appear clearly. Tell me how many you noticed.